Seriously, I rarely even use that phrase. It was just one specific interview. I've seen the clips everywhere. It's all over social media. Honestly, it is just how my entire generation talks. We were just built different. I'm sorry, but it's true. Laughter. Fans are dying to see you on Dancing with the Stars. Is that a challenge you'd actually take on? To be honest, probably not. Imagine this. For the first time since Sarah Who's in 2002, a 226.79 flashes on the screen. Those digits represented so much more than a win. Even during that freezing 1E interview, Alysa was already eyeing the exit, clutching her gold while dodging the press. She was testing her limits. These elite athletes have already survived a lifetime of soul-crushing pressure. There's this magnetic, raw charisma that just radiates from her the moment she leaves the ice. Her whole world shifted instantly, but she met the moment with a defiant smile. Instead of a breakdown, you've become a massive global icon. To her, this journey was never really about the trophies or the fame. That passion was about to be pushed to its absolute psychological breaking point. Chasing glory in the 2026 games was never supposed to be a solo act. This victory proved American depth is the most formidable on earth. A powerhouse trio alongside Amber Glenn and Isabeau Levito. They didn't just crush the international field. They brought a completely new energy to the sport. That carefree joy finally broke the dark cloud that has haunted women's figure skating for years. Watching Mel Davis glide and sharing steaming bowls of udon in the village. Each girl brought a different fire. It wasn't just about technical precision or how much of the rink she covered. It was the sound of a 24-year-old barrier finally shattering. An American woman was the Olympic queen, while the rest of the world stared at the heavy gold medal around her neck. She was in the neon-lit Milan arena, finally feeling the wind on her face, without a clock ticking. Her breath hung in the biting alpine air as she let out a long, heavy sigh. This was a radical break from the win-at-all-cost mindset as she flew home to a nation obsessed with her. It wasn't just some ego trip or a desperate hunt for more fame. These are athletes who have mastered the art of weathering any technical or emotional storm. Amber brought the explosive power of a ballerina. Their sisterhood completely changed the game. The Ice Princess finally returned to the States as the first woman history to claim individual Olympic gold. The weight of expectations from fans and major sponsors was at an all-time high. They trained in total isolation in Switzerland to defend the title. When Alysa finally landed in San Francisco in February, she decided to pull back the curtain on her Instagram stories on March 6th. She showed the brutal, physical toll of the sport that the cameras almost never capture. Alysa's heart was already pointing toward a much more private life. Then the question was finally asked. Most analysts were predicting a total United States sweep of the entire podium. They proved that reaching the summit doesn't have to be a lonely, miserable journey. They protected each other from the toxic social media noise as the world looked toward the Prague Championships. We haven't seen this kind of dominance in decades, and it keeps the door wide open. The only question on every skating forum: was Alysa about to lose her grip on the crown? She was met with the kind of insane hype usually reserved for rock stars or returning heroes. Swarmed by aggressive fans and paparazzi, she gave an incredibly firm rejection because music, between the suffocating pressure and literal stalking, the more she won, the more people felt they owned her. Honestly, I don't even know if I can keep doing this. She was notably absent from the red carpet after someone literally chased her car before the Beijing Games. The golden glow of an Olympic title has a very dark side. And Alysa's story shook the whole room. She told her 7 million followers, "Please stop. I'm just a person who wants to go home." For a skater who famously walked away at her peak, this hit like a psychological freight train. It was a brutal reminder of how much of herself she had sacrificed for the fans. Now a two-time gold medalist, she's fighting for her privacy and a shot at a normal life. She chose her roots in Oakland over the spotlight, staying close to her 4 younger siblings, while Amber Glenn and Isabeau Levito were busy hitting the White House and elite galas. Alysa wasn't just a rare talent. She was a girl battling a grueling mental mountain. The skating world froze when the official roster for the World Championships finally dropped. You could feel the shockwaves everywhere, from Colorado training centers to Tokyo fan clubs. Her status as the GOAT was undisputed. She was the reigning 2025 world champion and the newly crowned Olympic queen. Now Team USA is betting on 19-year-old Sarah Everhard to lead a new era. Hungry and resilient, she's pushing past post-Olympic injuries to chase another golden moment. She's now carrying that massive Olympic legacy straight into the O2 Arena. On paper, she was the absolute lock to take home the gold. On March 8, 2026, the tension between her fame and her private soul finally snapped. It set the stage for the most staggering announcement of the entire post-Olympic season. The mystery that gripped the skating world was finally solved in a massive way. Everyone was looking for one name, Alysa, but she was conspicuously absent, having officially withdrawn from the entire event. This wasn't a glitch. The four continents bronze medalist was stepping into the vacuum. She's choosing to be a normal teenager and prioritize her mental health over the podium. She's dodging the post-Olympic circus, even as the world begs for more entertainment. The decision completely blindsided the international figure skating community. Can a 16-year-old world champion really just walk away and retire? The weight of Team USA has shifted entirely onto the shoulders of Amber Glenn. She's heading to Prague to prove she can win a major title on her own terms. Amber is the only American woman consistently landing a high-flying triple axel right now. Now she's the one replacing an Olympic legend at the O2 Arena in Prague. The global audience is waiting to see if this 19-year-old can save the team. In Prague, that technical edge is the difference between a medal and total heartbreak. She just wants to take a breath and enjoy her youth while she still can. This sport has a history of breaking athletes, and she's trying to find a better way. Is the external praise really worth the internal cost? No gold medal is worth the crushing pressure she felt during that fifth-place finish in Milan. Without Alysa's massive scores as a safety net, she's the new leader of the pack. They're heading in without their anchor, while stars like Kari Sakamoto aren't backing down. She's returning on her terms, headlining the 2026 Stars on Ice Tour. No judges, no stakes, just pure entertainment as the new face of American sport. She sees a clear opening to reclaim the world throne. The spotlight on her has never been more intense than it is right now. Her performance will define the program. And her debut on Dancing with the Stars, the skating world is holding its collective breath for this rookie's big moment. Even without the pressure of Prague, all eyes are fixed on her next move. Alysa isn't disappearing. She's just rewriting the rules of the game. She's protecting her peace and making sure she never burns out again. Mastery means knowing when to walk away to save your soul. Alysa Liu's 2 Italian gold medals were just beginning. This rebel queen rules figure skating because she knows her worth isn't packed inside a medal case. Every performance on this tour is a heartfelt tribute to the fans. Looking ahead to the 2030 Winter Games in France, she is schooling the world on career survival instead of following a predictable script. She earned the right to say no to a demanding world. It is a deep psychological shift for an elite skater. Alysa remains the ultimate force, even if she is not fully committed yet. She is hitting 25 North American cities, bringing her gold medal rhythm to life. This multi-million-dollar victory lap will not force her to compromise her creative vision. Forget the points. She is after the raw human connection she lost during the dark years. By skipping the 2020 World Championships, she is sticking to her gut and ignoring the 4-year grind. She understands exactly when to test her physical boundaries and when to let her body and mind finally find some peace. Reality television did not fit her soul. This tour is her real gift to the people who care. Regarding those 2030 French Winter Games, she is rewriting the book on how to become a long-term legend. While others chase reality show fame, she is bringing her gold medal routine to 25 cities. An environment focused on profit, this tour is her personal victory lap. She is not hunting for scores anymore. She is finding the crowd she once lost. After years of isolation, her personal vibe check is now the only thing that matters. She refused the 4-year cycle, skipping the 2020 Worlds to respect her physical limits. She is proving that a true masterpiece does not have to follow previous Olympic blueprints. While she rests, she remains more resilient and hungrier than ever before. Turning her back on the grind is not about injury. It is a massive cultural revolution. A new generation is now chasing the gold she has already mastered. She enters the O2 Arena as the reigning champion and the undeniable favorite for gold. The war between her public fame and private spirit peaked on March 8, 2026, as she balanced mandatory card spots with a deepening mystery in Prague. Meeting stars like Daniel Radcliffe was just the backdrop for a massive bombshell. Her real power is her agency. She just shattered the skating world's expectations in a massive way. When the official roster dropped, Alysa's name was conspicuously absent. The announcement hit the skating world like a massive earthquake. She is out. She walked away from the hunt, leaving the spotlight to a rising star. That new contender from the Washington club just shocked everyone with a bronze at 4 continents. She has a radical new strategy the global stage is not ready for. She is choosing her own mental health over the medals, stepping back while she is on top. She will not be part of the post-Olympic burnout just for the sake of public entertainment. Can a world championship without its biggest star even feel the same? Now, the entire weight of Team USA sits squarely on new shoulders. She is heading to Prague to prove she can dominate the world on her own terms. Amber is currently the only American woman consistently nailing a massive triple axel. She has been tapped to replace a legend at the O2 Arena in Prague. That friction between her global celebrity and her inner peace came to a head on March 8, 2026. Amidst the chaos of talk shows and celebrity encounters, even with stars like Daniel Radcliffe watching, the post-Olympic bombshell just exploded. The riddle haunting the ice finally cracked wide open in a total theatrical meltdown. Fans were stunned to find Alysa's name completely missing from the official lineup. This revelation hit the skating community like a massive, high-magnitude earthquake. She's officially walked away, leaving the spotlight to Washington's newest bronze-winning sensation. Her outlook on the sport is unlike anything we have ever seen. She refuses to be a pawn in some rigged international power play, refusing to let the industry chew her up for cheap public thrills. Can Team USA survive a Worlds without Alysa? The stakes just hit the ceiling. She is heading to Prague to prove she is a champion on her own. Amber remains the sole American threat, landing those massive, high-stakes triple axels. She is the chosen one to replace an icon at the O2 Arena. The war between her celebrity status and her inner peace peaked on March 8, 2026, ending the Prague enigma despite her heavy press schedule. Alysa fans like Daniel Radcliffe witnessed the most shocking post-Olympic pivot in history. The mystery of her dominance was finally settled in a moment of pure drama. Searching the roster for Alysa felt like looking for a ghost. The news rocked the skating world as she formally quit the competition. Now, the entire globe is watching Washington's newest prodigy. This rising star recently shocked the world with her bronze at 4 continents. She brings a fresh perspective that challenges the traditional global skating hierarchy. She is choosing her own sanity over the pressure of the spotlight. She's dodging the post-Olympic burnout while the world tries to exploit her. What is a world championship without Alysa's presence on the ice? Team USA's future now rests entirely on a new set of shoulders. She's Prague-bound to secure a major title without any help. Amber stands alone as the only American girl nailing consistent triple axels. She has been tapped to fill big shoes at the O2 Arena. The friction between her fame and her soul ignited on March 8, 2026, despite her constant appearances on the Today Show. Even celebrity fans like Daniel Radcliffe couldn't predict this post-Olympic chaos. Her true power was finally revealed when the skating world's biggest mystery ended. Everyone noticed Alysa's name was missing from the official entry list. A massive shockwave rippled through the sport with her sudden exit. She's officially out, making way for the Washington skater with the 4 continents bronze. Her viewpoint on the current situation is entirely one of a kind. She has no interest in being a strategic asset on the global stage. She is prioritizing her mental health by stepping back from the grind. She's escaping the post-Olympic circus while others try to manipulate the narrative. A world championship without Alysa changes the entire landscape of the ice. The weight of Team USA's expectations has shifted to the next generation. She is chasing gold in Prague to prove her solo dominance. Amber is currently the only American woman weaponizing a consistent triple axel. She is the official replacement for the Olympic queen in Prague.